I don't feel suffering when I was growing up in Ajegunle. The rest of the world can see it like that, but if you live in an environment, you grow up in an environment like that, you tend to love it. Ajegunle was a challenge that I don't know was a challenge. I just felt I was having the best time. But I have dreams of what I want to be, where I'm going to be. As a child, I always had dreams. Don't believe in abroad. Sometimes, you just don't have to imprison your mind. You just got to set your mind free, and you'll be surprised. Is that what you feed your mind, what you feed yourself, is what you receive in this world. If you always think that you're going too much, this is up. If you're so much worried about the struggle, you will never see the future. You never see the bright how the future is going to be because you keep your mind be set back. Like, then the next step comes around, you'll be scared to take it when the opportunity arises because you don't know uncles that that been here before you got here. It's basically as soon as you got here, they put this fear in your mind, deportation. If you did something wrong, you're going to get rid of you, you're going to do this. Yes, that's true. But if you know what you are here for, if you know what you need to do, then all they just need to do, just show me the way and direct me there. I don't need nobody to put a fear in my mind about the police. This is my destiny. I came here for a reason. I came here to better my life. This can lead to that. I really didn't take so much of that fear that in abroad that you should be. I just be myself, at myself, and go about my business. Choose my friends wisely.
So don't let anybody fear you. Don't let them, I'm sorry, don't let anybody scare you. Or don't let anybody tell you you can't make it or you can't be nobody, So where they're like, oh my God, this guy is going to get deported, blah, blah, blah. Be careful. Especially more recently in the Trump era.
That's most of the fear they put on you if you're a newcomer. You might not have your quality and everything. Don't be afraid. Just blend in. That's all you have to do is blend in, be yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to tell nobody your business. They can say you got an accent. So what? I got an accent. So, but I am still black. I'm African. Period.
In a lot of other countries, even in Europe, it'd be tough to do that. Yeah. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Lost Lagosians. I'm your host, Brodda Mike. This show covered diaspora topics. We also follow the life of Lagosians in diaspora. We cover the experiences and basically the cultural and social circumstances that surround Lagosians in diaspora. Today we have with us a very special guest. Super excited to have him on here. I think I met him a couple of weeks after I came to the States. Literally just weeks after I got off the plane. Without further ado, I'll go ahead and have him introduce himself. Hello.
Hey, Brodda Mike. Most of my friends call me Chopin.
Hi, Chopin. Yeah, how you doing? And how is everything? How's the weather?
It's like almost 12 right now at midnight Seattle time.
Thank you for joining us, for taking the time out to be here. I'm thrilled to have you.
Yes.
This is something we've been talking about for a long time.
Okay, so let's do it. Let's get at it.
Yeah, let's make it happen. So I think, like I was saying earlier, we met. I was going to college. You were going to college. And I think I hooked you up with the soccer team.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, I thought you were terrible at soccer.
If I'm not terrible, I got a full ride scholarship.
Oh, you got a full ride scholarship? That was my connection, though. Come on, man.
That was you only introduced me to it.
Say that again?
You only introduced me to the school and the team. And
I know, but I got you free money, too.
So
that doesn't count?
We were both going to the same college. But
right.
I wasn't into all those programs and everything at then. Then you told me, okay, you have a scholarship. You can play soccer. They pay half of your books and your classes and blah, blah, blah. So it's okay, let me try it. Then when I got there late that first season. So coach was his name.
He was very nice guy. I told him a lot about you and how awesome you are.
Right.
But he kind of disappointed us a little bit.
It kept telling me. It was telling me to relax, because I came here at the last minute and our scholarship is gone. And I wasn't part of the roster, but he wanted me to be in there in the program and stay around for that whole year. So for that whole year, I just stay consistent and keep coming and practicing with you guys, going to game, playing games, playing last minute games, or sometimes garbage time with you guys.
What do you mean garbage time? Oh, because you're a bench warmer. Okay.
Yeah, I was
The
then.
good guys like us were like, scoring goals.
No,
and
you
that.
wasn't score. You was a bench warmer. You were part of the program. You were part of the program of that time. I wasn't. I wasn't part of the program yet, but I was part of the team. I practiced and did everything I can because I didn't have scholarship. I wasn't awarded a scholarship then because I came in so late. So he just told me to wait around and hang around. If I come back next semester, then I would. But I just decided to stay out because I like playing soccer, so I did. So the next year, I got a full ride scholarship. I got everything, books, everything paid for.
Wow, that's the beauty of coming to America. Like you can work hard, and even though you suck at football,
You keep saying that, but
you
I
just
know
have
I'm
your
not.
friend introduce you.
You was one of the terrible ones because I found you so lazy at it. You wasn't you wasn't putting no effort towards it. I'm like, come on. I'm like, man, come on, you have
Oh
to
my
do
God.
better.
I think I'm gonna edit that part out.
You're not gonna have to edit that part. You have to keep that part. Because I was one even pushing you, like, okay, you have to do
Really,
it. Come
you're
on.
pushing me by putting to the program.
Yeah, you
How
were
do you
just, and you were just saying, I'm just here just to get my scholarship and let them pay my books. You wasn't even into it, but I was, because I enjoyed it. I've been playing soccer all my life, so soccer was, it was a very motivated time for me.
No, understood. So speaking of soccer and playing soccer for a long time in your life, I mean, do you mind taking us back a little bit? You said you've been playing soccer for a long time. Do you want to like kind of reflect on those and how you came to the States and stuff?
Right. When I was 3 years old in Nigeria, I always remember just kicking the ball, running around in the neighborhood, just playing soccer all by myself. So my coming to the States was a blessing to me. My aunt, she worked for the Nigerian diplomatic. There used to be Ministry of Affairs back there. I don't know what
Minister
they're
of
called
External
now.
Affairs.
Yeah, Ministry of External Affairs. I don't know if they changed the name now, but because Nigeria always change things from this to that now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what she used to work as a secretary for our boss. So when our boss was coming, gave her the opportunity to also come, and she grabbed us also and brought us here. So that's why I'm lucky to get here, and I've been here since '98.
Wow. Yeah. No. Definitely. That's a good opportunity for you to be here. What part of Lagos do you grow up?
I grew up in Ajegunle.
Oh wow.
So
AJ. Okay.
yeah, I'm a Ajegunle boy.
Okay. And Ajegunle too is very rough.
Ajegunle is, I think Mushi might be better than Ajegunle.
Oh really?
Ajegunle is the worst part of
Lagos.
Lagos.
Wow.
It's right there in the gutter by the swamp. So when it rains, I remember back in the days when it rains, the whole place get flooded. The water in the house, the zinc, we have zinc roof is leaking and everything, and we live in one room. It's room, and you share bathrooms with your neighbors. We live in a compound, so it's just one room.
Oh, that's the face my face you.
No, not face to face you. Just like we have in the compound that I live, house we don't have that. It's just like a straight line. It's like a compound. We have our well in there. Then we have our latrines and we have bathrooms, and pretty much that's it. Latrines what they call toilet now. So we have a latrine and all that stuff, and you have your kitchen in front of your house. So it's only one bedroom, no living room, nothing. About 5 of us in there. We sleep on the floor. I used to sleep on.
Wow.
I used to be since I was the kid. I used to just sleep on this little couch that we have. It's not a full couch. This metal couch we have in Nigeria. So it's about, I could say it's about 4 feet long, and that's the couch in the house and the table. And hey, then we don't even look at it as something bad. It was alive living in Ajegunle. Ajegunle was fun to me when I was growing up.
It was a lot. You said?
It was now what I was saying, I don't feel suffering when I was growing up in Ajegunle. The rest of the world can see it like that, but if you live in an environment, you grow up in an environment like that, you tend to love it. The way other people look at it, oh, I don't be there. No, I don't like that. Now that I look at it, I'm like, wow, I was living terribly. But then I was just having the best time of my life, living that kind of environment. But looking back at it, I can't believe I went through that. I would say that. But yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's something that you get out of,
Yes.
when you're in it. you like you don't really know what's going on until you went out. You're like, oh my god, I
You
went through
don't
that.
see it.
You
You
know.
don't see it. You don't. Yeah, didn't feel the suffering part of it because you growing up, your mom and your pops are gone. You were just a kid. The neighbor was there. You run. All you got to do is run. If you're hungry, go to the cupboard. You know what to eat. Grab your food. It's just like the village washed you, but it was a tough life because you have to basically go through the ups and downs of a jiggle. You have to sometimes have to
Mm-hmm.
fight with other kids. you know, it's just what it is. But it's the beauty within it. Like it's just the beauty within it. Like other families feed you. You can eat, walk into people's houses and stuff like that before 2 o'clock in the morning. Sometimes wake you up. There's the wake up, wake up. They're rubbing the next door out there, something like that. The next one's getting rubbed. Don't say nothing, be quiet, praying that they don't come to your compound. Yeah, that type of life. And I have to go to school the next morning. That same morning, yeah, that same morning.
There's a movie on Netflix. I think it's called
Mm-hmm.
Seven by RMD. Really, I don't know if that paints Ajegunle in the best light or it's kind of a Nollywood version of Ajegunle. I don't know if you've seen that movie or not. But what are your thoughts about that? Does that
Oh,
really
that
represent Ajegunle?
it kind of paints on the Hollywood of Ajegunle. Uh,
Or it paints the Nollywood of Ajegunle, the
the
Hollywood of
Hollywood
Ajegunle?
of
Okay.
it, or the Nollywood, like they call it in Nigeria. But it also bring us some characteristic about Ajegunle. What they are saying is the truth, but it make it look like is that but Ajegunle is tough in its own ways, but people survive it and people live through
Mm.
it. It's not that if you live outside Ajegunle, or if you live a comfortable life, for you to come move back to Ajegunle, it's gonna be uncomfortable for you. But we all human beings. Doesn't matter. No matter what circumstances you find yourself, you will survive it. Ajegunle was a
Mm.
challenge that I don't know was a challenge. I just felt I was having the best time. But I have dreams of what I want to be, where I'm going to be. As a child, I always had dreams. Don't believe in abroad sometimes. It's just sometimes opportunities in your mind that you foresee things that you want to do or what you want to be. Either if I'm going to be here or I'm not going to be here. But at that particular time, I don't see the struggle. I didn't even understand the struggle my parents were going through because I know
Mm-hmm.
we still have something to eat and we are good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if there's a kid right there on an iPhone or on a Techno, I think that's what it is in Nigeria.
Mm-hmm.
There's a kid in Nigeria now with a Techno and iPhone. What would you say to them if they're listening to this podcast? I mean, what would you tell the kid, given that you are from Ajegunle? I mean, because one of the things we try to do is like, kind of give people hope here. So, I mean,
It's like the hope that I give kids that growing up in that jiggle like I did is that it's you just gotta just see the brighter side of things. You just don't have to imprison your mind. You just gotta set your mind free, and you'll be surprised. Is that what you feed your mind, what you feed yourself, is what you receive in this world. So if you always think that you're going too much, this is up. If you're so much worried about the struggle, you will never see the future. You never see the bright how the future is going to be because you keep your mind be set back. Like then the next step comes around, you'll be scared to take it when the opportunity arises because you don't know. Okay, if I spend this little dollar now, I'm going to lose you know, that dollar. I might not get it. I might not get it. But if you open your mind and just live freely, you'll make it out.
even this little naira, no
Yeah,
dollars.
yeah, this little naira. But one thing. Okay, one thing I have to say is that in Ajegunle, when we live in Ajegunle, we just know one thing: school. That's all
Mm.
we all have to do. You have to go to school. I remember when I was growing up, they have little schools around the neighborhood. Like this one big brother, everybody call him brother in the neighborhood, teaching everybody how to do the ABCD 1, 2, 3 and everything. And if you don't know it, like
They can
that
spank
sugar
you.
cane, yes.
Yeah.
Whooped you on the side and said that we had to do that before I even start going to school. So that's
Wow.
that's growing up. That's like what they call it, kindergarten time. And most of us are afraid to join it. But I was so curious. I want to when I was leader, I was so curious. I wanted to join those classes and take those, you know,
The
the
lessons,
lessons that they were
lessons, yeah.
given.
Because if you don't take them, they'll spank you, and they have to read. I remember one I did too. I grew up in Fade myself, so but there's one that one guy like that. The guy is so mean, you know. But you have to read like when you get to the lesson, you have to do times table. And you have to do 1 to 12.
Right.
So it's like 1 times 1, 2, 2 times 2, 5. You know, sorry, I kind of messed that up, but you have to do times table. So what the guy does is, when I think I knew like up to 5 times. 5 was, I think, kind of easy for me.
Right.
But anything after 5, I didn't know it. So I'll be mumbling was like 5, 6 times 1, 6 times 0. Oh, then the guy will come and start listening.
Yeah, they came closer. Listen to what you're saying. Yeah, I know.
Oh my
And
God.
you remember
It's like the most nervous.
and they'll have their cane in their hand too.
Yes. I mean, the guy, there's no warning, nothing. You're on your back. You're like, oh my God. So I can understand how people were afraid to be going to that lesson, or a kid in Ajegunle.
Right.
You know, we were kind of afraid to go to that lesson. You know? But those were kind of fun times. How would some of those lessons have helped you in the States? Maybe being here, you know, for some time now. How would those lessons from Ajegunle, how did those help you, I guess?
Like,
if you had to pick 1 or 2 things.
Like when I first moved to the state, when I first came to the state, it's all people, like the older folks, the elders of Nigerians, like you be in these Nigerian communities, your aunts and the uncles that you know that been here before you got here. You know, it's basically as soon as you got here, they put this fear in your mind, deportation. You know, if you did something wrong, you're gonna get rid of you, you're gonna do things. Yes, that's true. But if you know what you're here for, if you know what you need to do, then you know all they just need to do, just show me the way and direct me there. I don't need nobody to put a fear in my mind about the police, about anything. Nigerians will do that to you because they're always afraid that if you did something wrong, yes, things can go wrong, but you should know what you're here for. You should know, okay, this is my destiny. I came here for a reason. I came here to better my life. So if you know you've been around people and you see what they're doing, if you don't like it, then you stay away from it when you see what they're doing, because you know this can lead to that. I really didn't take so much of that fear that in abroad that you should be. I just be myself, at myself, and go about my business. Choose my friends wisely. But but trust me, when I first came to the state, I was looking for that community that we have in Nigeria. You know, because I was
especially in Ajegunle.
yes,
imagine.
Right. And I also grow a little bit too in the Gbeda area and then Akuonjo, Yanakpaja area. Yes. So when I came over here, I was looking for that structure that I want to go out and play. I want to go, I want to go hang out. I was missing that part of it when I came to the state. I don't have that kind of friendships, that kind of things like that. So I have to go get it. And most Nigerians then you meet, they're older than me. You know, when I was running today, they're older than, and their kids are American kids. When I first moved there, not that I'm saying that I couldn't find a Nigerian kid or African kid that just came just like me, that already know what's going on in Nigeria, and everything. So we're like my guy man now, we all be talking now, that's my party, all that kind of stuff. So I have to start looking for friends in schools and at a job. I make some kind of friends, but we are not that connected. Because in America, as soon as you're done with your job, everybody's going home and everything. In New York, because that's how New York was, it's very hard to really establish friendship. So I make a couple of friends, and most of them are way older than me. And so when I moved to Illinois, all the folks right there too, they're older than me. So everybody's uncle, auntie, and everything. So now I started making friends with the Americans, Black Americans most especially.
Yeah, because you came here, you were quite young, and you're used to that community or that communal.
Right.
There's something missing fundamental about America, actually, which if you go to Europe, they have that community. If you go to Nigeria, they have that community. But America, everybody just walk.
Yes. Yeah.
Nobody has time, and that's what
nobody
you're saying.
has time
Wow.
for anybody here in America. So like that bondness of knowing people know, okay, this is gonna get my back. We're gonna show me things. We're gonna make me make that move to,
Show you around.
to show me around and things to be afraid of and things not to be afraid of, things to do, things not to do.
Kind of guide you.
Yeah, the guardians.
So, but for a kid in Ajegunle, I like what you said earlier about how you said there was something you are here for. So don't let anybody fear you. Don't
Right.
I'm sorry. Don't let anybody scare you.
Scare you.
Or don't let anybody tell you you can't make it or you can't be nobody,
Right.
So, yeah. And that's something very common, actually, particularly maybe in like immigrant communities where they're like, oh my God, this guy is going to get deported, blah, 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 be careful. Especially
Right.
more recently in the Trump
Right.
era.
Right. That's most of the fear they put on you if you're a newcomer. Like I think when I first met you, I gave you all the advice. Like
I know you did.
I told you exactly the same thing. I said, don't be afraid. You might not have your quality and everything. Don't be afraid. Just blend in. That's all you have to do is blend in, be yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to tell nobody your business because it's yours. That's one thing I learned with my American friends. But you don't have to give them information that they need of you. All you gotta do is be yourself. They can say you got an accent. So what? I got an accent. So, but I am still black. I'm African. Period. And now I'm in America. It make me what? A black American. So basically that's what I am. So I have to adapt real quick and adapt real fast. So when I first met you, I was telling you that don't be afraid. Stay freely. Be yourself. You know what I'm saying? And everything will be fine. Take that jump into the opportunities. Take that challenges. Don't let nothing pull you back like, oh, they're gonna be asking questions about this, about that. Hey, they're gonna ask that questions. But some of that questions back then it wasn't as strict as it is now. It's a little different then, because then basically they're gonna ask the question, are you this, are you that? No, but I'm this and I'm good.
Yeah. No, thank you for that. I think you remind me of something actually. Like I think what was that first job? Because when I came, I couldn't really walk out of school, but you were the one who were like, okay, let's go. One good turn deserves and all that. So I kind of give you credit for that. Like my first job, I was very scared, but I think, I don't know, what did you do? This guy.
I told you don't need to scare. You got to just tell them that you're African American. They ask you that for that, and you see others. So African, they don't need.
Also, I don't think I had my papers then or nothing.
Yeah, you because.
But I don't know, somehow, was it your connection or something?
You don't really need all that because I did that too. My first job in New York, I worked under the table, and they were asking for my social because I was trying to get a social security number in New York, and they won't give it to me because they says that I'm a diplomat. I'm not. I was a child to my aunt. A diplomat. See, they won't understand the differences of it. So I have to come to a small little town, and they gave my social security numbers. We're not going to speak on that. So when they did all that, I have to work on that day there, and in that circumstance, so I already kind of know a lot of loopholes. Like, what I'm saying, they asking for that quality, but basically all you got to do is show them something. That's it. And that once you got that social security number, because I think that's what you had. You had that first, right? You have that number. So once you got that, then don't worry about anything else. Just get that, then you're good to go.
Yeah, I had that, but I wasn't supposed to walk off campus. Yeah, so I think you were kind of like, oh, don't worry about it. Just let me see. So I gave it to you like, oh, okay, let's go. Meet me. I think it was like, you were like, meet me at 9 p.m. It was a night shift. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, because we were going to school, so working nights.
You're working on the school, still working. And by then, and yeah, I was working, and also I was married too.
Yeah,
at that same time. So yeah.
I remember we were working, you were married, then you're also going to school. I met you at school. And then I was working. I also had a job on campus, which is the proper job, because you're supposed to work on campus for like 20 hours. Then I had, because I needed more money,
You have a student visa then. Yeah.
Yes, I did. But I needed more money. So you were like, oh, meet me somewhere at 9 o'clock. And it's this factory, which is like, you're just coming from Nigeria, and this factory is like a full-fledged factory. There are people doing all kind of shift. We're doing overtime. I wasn't afraid. Then you come by during lunch at like 2 a.m. You check on me. We had lunch together. That was just crazy. So I kind of thank you. I want to thank you for that. That was a very good experience.
Yeah, because if you don't, some people are afraid to do that. Oh, they're going to deport me. They find it. No, they don't. It's just, you need to survive somehow.
Exactly. And I was also
You
afraid
need
because
to.
I thought that they would catch me, you know.
Yeah, but then it was different. It was a little laid back then. Now it's a little different. Now I wouldn't encourage you to do that because now they're really tracking down on
All
a lot
that
of those
stuff.
activities. Yeah, so then it was a little laid back. You know, once you get that, you can do that. Now they have where even though you do have that number, it's registered in your system now. They can come chase you and look whatever, blah 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 blah. But if let me say someone new that come to America in Nigeria, but I can still up and get a job without having that. You can still work jobs that most Americans won't do. Just like same job like the neighbors down the street, the Mexicans. Then they come here, they do it, and they survive. So there's a lot of jobs like that. Because when I first came, like I told you, I was working the security jobs in New York at a fashion store. And I was making pretty good money per week. I was saving a whole lot of money. I had 2 cell phones and a pager. I thought I was
Under the table.
under the table. No, I don't pay no taxes. Money just come boom.
Yeah.
I did that, but it's behind me now.
It's not those things you do. But 2 points I want to make is number one, for those listening anyway, a lot of things in life have to do with timing. You know, it's, you know, you want to do some things you can get away with at some time. You know, somebody was telling me about UK, how, you know, people in the UK could get away with some things, but now you can't anymore. So that's kind of one thing.
Time changes.
Then the other point I kind of want to make also is that the beauty of America and the American exceptionalism is that, you know, you come here, just come as you are. You know, I think Statue of Liberty is like, will take your weak, your poor, your weary, whatever. So America is kind of open like that, which in a lot of other countries, you know, even in Europe, it'd be tough to do that.
That is true. I don't know much about Europe. The only time I was in Europe when I was waiting for a transfer to come to New York, and I was in London for a little bit. Pretty much that was it. So I don't really know much about their system over there, but American system is the beautiful system, and then was a little easy, but now I don't think it's gonna be that as easy. But there's some people that are still over here, still doing what they got to do.
So as we're wrapping down the podcast here,
Right?
is there any parting, you know, final thoughts or comments? I mean, what's, you know,
In the future, I won't say maybe this year or next year. I'll when I go back to Nigeria, I would like to go touch down and go see Ajegunle one more time because that's where my family root was in Lagos as a Ajegunle boy. And Agbeda, because I grew up there most of my teenage years there in the Gowan Estate, Yeah, and just touch bases down there real quick and out. See how the place looks, see if it's still standing.
Yeah.
You know now.
Yeah, I know.
There's a lot to talk about when you talk about Ajegunle.
I know.
We didn't have time to mention it. But I was going to go details. I know we have to jump into that, but
No, we're good. I think it's nice to, kind of touch on topics like this. I really want to thank you personally. I mean, really helped me out a great deal, when I first came. So I was very excited to have you on. And I was very happy that you kind of accepted the invitation to be on the podcast. So for the audience, thank you for listening. Please, you can send us, you can tweet us at Lost Lagosians. That's our Twitter handle. If you have any questions or comments, if you'd like to be part of an upcoming episode, please send an email to lostlagosians@gmail.com. And also, we are now on YouTube. The channel is Lost Lagosians. Go ahead and subscribe, leave a comment, share, subscribe. Until that, we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for listening, and have a good day.